Craig and Jane Hamilton Parker are the world's most psychic couple. Can they speak to the dead and bring messages of hope in these troubled times? Join them for an evening of mystical talks, world predictions, and spirit messages as we enter the Séance Room.
I think you're happy with what we connected
very
with.
much.
You feel we've been
Amazing.
connected. Yeah, that's good.
You're coming with us next time.
Yeah,
And the things we're saying, we couldn't have looked up. That's the
no,
important
not that
thing.
stuff. That's my
It's
family
important
tree
because
stuff.
we know your name. We
Yeah.
could have looked you all up and things, but Facebooks and people do. So all that stuff that we couldn't possibly know.
No way.
But we were thinking also, because we've got people watching us, that we're going to give some messages. And because now we know we're connected to the spirit, we're just going to make a few quick messages to people that are watching.
I thought she was showing me a bell, as if there was a bell that would be rung as well, just a little. It's a collection of antiques and ornaments. And when I'm trying to say, where does this belong? And she's just saying, with Rose.
I'm getting this song like Deborah, and then I'm seeing a picture like you guys saw. You saw a farm and you saw something outside as well. And I saw an oak tree, a big oak tree at the front with this wall and entrance into some place. And there's, I saw something involved, like a person here and something down here that didn't look very nice, and it was like witchcraft.
I'm just going to give a description of somebody that's coming to me now as I talk. And it may be for someone on live with us now, but it's probably more likely to be someone watching later. But let me just see what I've got here. And it looks like we're live. Well, welcome to the Séance Room, folks. We're going to be working tonight with my circle. I've got two of my circle with me tonight. We were hoping for some more, but we had last minute sort of juggling around. But we will be doing a séance. And when we say a séance, we'll be communicating with the spirit world, trying to give you some proof, some evidence, some proof that life continues. And the way we're going to do that is we're working with a guest. So we've got our guest here tonight, Joe Saunders.
Hello.
And Joe, I have given you a psychic type of reading in the past, but I've never done anything mediumistic with you,
No,
have
never.
I? And you've never met Christine,
No.
and you've never met Phill. And we're going to do a connection tonight to sort of connect with Joe and see if we can pick up some proof of life after death. So we're doing it in the style of a seance. So I don't know how we want to begin. I think it might be just chat a little bit, just to, because kind of we do a countdown. When we come on, it's 0, 3 on, deliver the goods. So we're going to do that tonight. But we're also going to give you some messages tonight as well, because we're going to afterwards. We're going to do mediumship. We'll all do a little bit of mediumship each. We'll all do a little bit perhaps psychometry, because Joe's also got some things of other people. And we'll also give, at the end, and maybe even between, we'll give the occasional message out for those that are watching. Now, you don't actually have to be watching us live to get a message, because we also do this thing, what we call advanced clairvoyance, where we sometimes give messages in advance of the person coming to the table. So we might give a message that someone might take this evening at the end, perhaps, because we're going to ask you to, give your reactions at the end. But sometimes these messages are picked up, and most times these messages are picked up later, and they might be really detailed. So if you do get a message through this, and after it's gone out live and you're on YouTube, please write in the comment and give a full explanation. Everything must fit, really. See if everything will fit. Sometimes we'll give quite a lot of detail, and it should fit to the letter when these things happen. And all of us will do that for you as well, which I think would be quite interesting, won't it? So I'm chucking my circle into the deep end tonight, aren't we, guys? Right. We haven't sat for a while either. I mean, it's been the last few weeks have been the first time we've sat. We used to sit for. We worked it out about 21 years,
Yes.
didn't we? We sat 21 years. We've been doing it on and off as sitting in circles, so we should be getting it by now. But we got Joe, so we're gonna work with you tonight, Joe. So I'm not quite sure.
I don't like your jacket.
No, it's the wrong colour, and it's for selling ice creams. Okay, shall we start working then? Yeah. Okay, see what we can pick up for you, Joe. So we'll put our hands on the table so that it helps us connect. You don't have to do this, but it's kind of helps us sort of just focus. Right, I sent somebody, male person, very good sense of humour, and I feel as if I've gone quite quickly actually, because I thump on my chest. I feel as if my chest is hurting with this, and this gentleman has a lovely sense of humour with him, I've got to say, and I'm seeing lovely eyes. I don't know if he had blue eyes with him as well, and he could be quite witty, quite excitable. He's an intelligent man, but he could also be silly, I've got to say. He's got that sort of side to him where I want to muck around quite a lot, and I feel this feels to me like I'm with family with this man, because I feel close. I feel close with you. In fact, I feel close family with this gentleman. Would this be from his age? I would feel that he's more like a father type of vibration. Is your father on the spirit side?
Yes.
And does this so far connect with what I would describe your father?
Very much. Yeah.
And I feel my hands like they're dry. Have I worked outside a lot as well? Because I've worked with my hands, I feel, and I've got my hands calloused a bit more sort of hard on the hands, where I've picked up stone and things like this. I don't know with that
Not
type
so much stone, but he was always outside.
Okay, because I've got outside important to him that I don't like staying in. That's the feeling I get with him, and in some respects I get the sense with him he's also a bit of a man's man too, because I feel he's sort of like un-PC jokes, I want to say with him, right? He would be extremely un-PC.
Very.
I can't repeat them, but I could feel that he would love to do it. He'd love to give us that. He'd love to give us the funny retorts and
Very
things
much.
like that. Did I also get some problems with his hearing? He's talking about something with hearing. Was that with him, or has somebody been getting a hearing problem? It hasn't been yourself, have you? You haven't been getting some problems with tinnitus and things like this recently?
I've been having a lot of ear infections.
Ear infections, because he's talking about ears and things like that. And I thought it was with them, then he points to you. Okay, so you've had a lot of ear infections recently, okay. Obviously those things are not serious. He's only just giving it as a matter of proof. It's a minor thing. It's nothing to worry about. Obviously, just do the normal things, what you would be cleaning your ears and see the doctor, wash it out, whatever. But he's just saying about that. It's been annoying her, and it was annoying you, I feel, tonight on the way here, I feel. I don't know if you had that. And it'll annoy you now, he said that. So he's given me the voices in my blocked ears. Did he like Doris Stokes? What did I say, voices in my ear? Was he into Doris Stokes a lot? Were you into Doris Stokes a lot?
I am. Dad didn't believe in anything.
He didn't believe it because he's sort of given me
My mum was
voices
well
in my
into
blocked
that.
ears. I
My
get in
mum-
there. Okay, I just feeling him talking about that, and he's I also feel his joints weren't good towards the end either, because I'm getting a lot of not just aches. I'm getting real problems in my knees and my elbows as I'm sat here. I feel I can't move my arms straight. That's a feeling he gives me here as well. And like I say, he was outdoors a lot. I think he used to like the earth as well, because I feel I don't know if he's gardened or something, but I feel I would have been strong. And that strength is annoying that I've lost that, because I always prided myself on being strong in my body. And that, of course, had to go in the end. I don't think he's well read, but I get the feeling you read a lot, right? He tells me you have to read a lot, and I'm opening books and reading a lot. And you have to write a lot too. You're writing about people, he's saying to me.
Yes.
Writing about people. And I'm explaining, I'm talking about people here and things like that, and I'm making people cry. The things you write make me cry, he says to me here. And Very sweet tooth. I've just suddenly felt I want to put sweets in my mouth, because he would always carry sweets with him, I feel, and I've got a sweet tooth. And you just recently heard from someone from overseas. He's talking about a connection with overseas here. America.
I have met a lady from America.
Just in the last few days?
No, in the last few weeks, who happened to be here.
Okay, because I just said she's been connecting with someone from overseas. Okay, so that's just little things, but they're only little things just to help prove that I've got a true connection here.
Mm.
And he's talking about in the past something about an old car. It looks to me like it's either a Morris Minor or an A5 or something like that. And I've got something where the wheel came off. Does that make sense?
No.
Something with the car with the wheel. Does anything make sense to you currently where I've got the wheel? I've got something with the wheel. Telling me it will come to you in a minute. You're not sure about that?
Mm.
Well, there's some funny story, he says. Come on, give me more information. We're all at the seaside. Talking about the seaside when we were little. It's a long old story. And he says did you used to go to the seaside a lot? I mean, kids we would have done, but he did love the seaside. But I was talking about a funny story that happened at the seaside, so we couldn't get home. Going back a long, long way. This is. You're not that old, actually. But I just. But he's given me something about that. There's some story there.
The only thing I can think of is it wouldn't have been an old car, but he would take me and my school friends to the beach for the day.
But there's something about we couldn't get home because there was something wrong with the transport. We couldn't get home.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they had to go in a hotel or something, or someone had to come and get them. It's just a little story. I'm putting something very obscure out because it's something that nobody could know.
Yes.
And I just want to say there was this strange, and we were all there, and we got stuck, and it was quite a fluster, I've got to say, with it.
Yeah, something goes back to when I was about 12.
Yeah, we're a child. We're still.
Yeah, 12, 13.
Yeah, and
stuck in sandbags.
Yeah, and so I'm just seeing that we were stuck. I mean, it's an odd thing to say, but I have to say what I get. I mean, these are weird things to say, but these are like things that you couldn't look up. You know, you couldn't look up about a person. This is why I give these odd stuff. You know, it's strangely. Is there a Charles or a Chaz or name he's talking to me here? Who's that? Is that connected with him? That's connected.
Is his
brother.
Great-grandfather.
Great-grandfather. Okay, I said brother then, but he just said the name to me. Another humorous man, I've got to say. I feel with him though, even though he looks on the bright side of life, as it were. I feel with him he had a very hard childhood, I want to say, and yet he tried to remain cheerful through the hardest of times. He's a man that whose money was negligible, I've got to say. They were very, very poor indeed, and he was close to him. I feel he was close to him, and he wants to bring him forward because he couldn't see him often in life. I don't know whether something like that. There was a separation, and they were close, and they couldn't be together when they were young, and there was a problem later on. I'm seeing here, but there's a sort of thing here he's saying to me. But I was able to see him now, all right. So he's doing that again just to give proofs of things that you couldn't know about.
Absolutely.
You know, you couldn't know about these things. Who could tell you things like that? So why we say sort of strange sort of stuff like this, because it's to, for people watching. This is why, we do these things to prove there's no way I could know these things. And who was a barber? He just said barber to me. I don't think I'm talking the name barber. I'm seeing someone that was a barber because I'm getting hair cutting.
Absolutely no idea.
Was there a man called Percy at the barber shop? And I want to also say something about, I'm going to Birmingham, and I'm talking about Bourneville, the place. Makes no sense to you?
No.
That feels right to me. With everybody watching, we might have other links coming in, but that's an excuse.
Yeah, I know. I don't
But
know.
I won't place that. Okay. All right. He's a very kind man, I want to say as well. I feel he would he'd give all his money away. He would always help people. And he says that your life has been a life of service to others, because I see you helping people, and I see you very really people at the moment of distress, he says to me. And he loved music too, and I don't know if he played at all, but I feel absorbed myself in music a lot of the time. And you do too, because he gives me musical things. And he shows me swimming too. Did he used to like to swim when he was younger a lot? Because I'm seeing swimming.
Took me all the time.
Yeah, because I feel like I'm almost should have been in the Navy swimming like this, because he's a strong swimmer. And
Yeah, we both
seeing
are.
that. Yeah, and you would have done that a lot with him. Keep it up, I want to say, because it's good for the health, of course. And he's and I. Okay, I think I've kind of started off, and we'll work with him. The others can have a work with him as well. But I just feel, or whatever comes through, I want to send I don't think he's been. My feeling is his light is not that strong. So I don't know how long he's been over, because I feel as if I've not been over that long. Has he not been over that long?
6 years.
6 years. I'd have thought it was shorter than that somehow. Hasn't someone also gone over reasonably recently?
Someone.
Yes.
Yes.
Because he's talking about someone whose light is not strong. There's someone else over here who's not been over long.
Mm-hmm.
And
July.
oh, that is this year then. So that's soon. Younger than he would have been,
Mm-hmm.
right? I feel a lot younger
No.
than he would have been.
No.
Could I say this has been quite a fast passing? I feel with this, it's not been a long drawn out illness here. I want to say this has been a bit sudden, and it feels kind of a bit accidental. Is the feel I get with it? I don't know if there's been a problem with it as well. Did they have trouble getting the person to hospital? So I get the feeling I've had to. There's been a bit of a rush at the end.
Not really, but there is a lot to it in the background.
Yeah, because I just get complications.
Yes.
And I get possible inquest. I don't know if there's that been going on, but it's all complicated.
Not
And
inquest, but there's a lot of stuff going on
yeah,
surrounding.
it's not an easy situation.
No.
And I feel there's been lots of. I'm just getting. I'm getting, because I'm still connected with your father here, I'm getting all question marks being put round me of what's going on here, you know. And I feel a little bit cross actually too, because people are not sorting things out properly or quickly enough.
Exactly.
We're obviously going out, so I've got to be a bit careful what I say with things here with people, because others might watch, and you know, so I don't want to say anything out of turn for people. I can't see the person that's gone. He's talking about. Is it a female person we're talking about here? Is it male person? Okay. Couldn't just give me his name, could you? I mean, I should have.
Christopher.
Okay. Another energetic person, got a great sense of fun, likes to muck around quite a lot, I've got to say. But with it, I also get the moments when he would have had. I've got double-edged personality here, because I feel on the one hand I'm bright and cheerful, and the other hand I could get quite depressed and sometimes snappy. And I'm a double-edged person. I'm two people in one, I've got to say, with him.
Yes.
And I get the feeling that I lose my temper I get cross, I get angry with people, and I snap and things like this. And then I can be completely all right. I relax and I'm cheerful, and I'm another person altogether.
Completely.
And I've got this sort of two worlds that he gives me here. And I said he was younger than your father, but I feel quite a young at heart type of person, actually, because a little bit, almost, I would describe his personality as being closer to an adolescent than an adult, but I mean that's not the way he is.
It is.
But it's his personality.
It is spot on.
Yeah, he's more like an adolescent than an adult.
He had learning difficulties.
Okay, and I like I said, I flip off 1 minute, and I'm all sort of like that, and I shout. I got that shouting problem with it, and I snap and shout, and then I'm fine.
Yeah.
And it turns on a sixpence. It turns within seconds with his personality.
Yeah.
And I'm wanting to rock as I'm talking here. So I don't. Did he sort of tend to rock from side to side as he's talking here?
And he's towards the end.
Yeah, and he feels a bit. He's not been over that long, but he feels a bit almost cross to be over there, because I should have been here still, Not that he's unhappy in the spirit world, he wouldn't, because it's such a wonderful, beautiful place, but it's taken him time to adjust, I feel, with his moods here. And when he got it, and it's the same with when he speaks. Like now, I feel I want to speak really fast, because he would speak very fast, and then he just goes silent on me, right? I'm totally silent for ages and ages and ages. Then I speak really fast, and I'm silent again. And it's as if I've gone off in another world, and you think, what's happened there? Is somebody still there? And so he blows hot and cold, and he's talkative. It's like two completely different personalities in one. And
you couldn't be more accurate.
And he drop into sadness sometimes, because I just feel my mood suddenly. He's working on me with moods. I'm jumping into sadness now, and then I'm enjoying happiness, and I'm in sadness again. Oh, it was difficult for him, actually. It was difficult for him to relate to people. I feel it was very difficult to him to understand emotions in other people too, because I'm getting that type of thing. He couldn't work out what you were saying. And yet he's clever. Yeah, I've got a high intelligence with him as well, and I'm someone that could I could read a lot too. I love stories. He'd been read. Did you read him stories or something? Something about I've been read stories. I love being read to.
I don't know that.
Okay, I think he's talking about he was particularly when he was young. He'd been.
I tried teaching him.
Okay, so you were helping him.
I tried to be his teacher when I was younger.
You were trying to help him, but when he was little, he's talking about being little. Read to me. So perhaps did you help him with the reading side of things? Because that was hard for him at first.
Growing up, when I was a teenager, he was 20 years older than
me.
And
he spoke
and I would try and teach him what I was learning at school.
Yeah, okay, that's what we're doing here. And he appreciates that, because he would have struggled. He would have struggled with it. Now, nowadays, his type of personality would have been much more dealt with, but in his day, unrecognised.
Exactly.
Unrecognised as well. Did he want to go in the army but couldn't?
I wouldn't know that.
Because I feel I wanted to do something like that.
I don't know.
He's joking to me now. Actually, he could get in a funny mood too, and he could be quite humorous when he wanted to be too, couldn't he?
Yeah.
An unusual sort of humour, I've got to say. What about something about the arm? Did you hurt your arm? Or was he hurting his arm or something? My arm suddenly feels odd.
Don't know.
It wasn't his heart or something with his arm or something like that? No, it's more of an accident, I feel, with him. Okay. But he wants to send his love to you. You think of him every day, actually. I suppose it's because he's not been over long, but I feel you think of him every day for years and years to come, because you're very emotionally close to him. He's like a child to you, although is he a brother or something? Or I feel it's on that level. Sorry?
My uncle.
It's your uncle, but it feels like
brother.
You were kind of like a brother and sister to him. I mean, that sounds like I'm twisting it around, which I suppose I am a bit, but it feels like that's the relationship.
That's how we were brought up.
Okay, because he was always like I said, like a young person to you. He was still like a child, right? Okay.
Exactly, yeah.
And you were like a bit like an auntie or mother figure to him, rather than the other way round, And he's thankful for all that you've done to help him in life. you know. And I feel that now he's in the spirit world, he's being given guidance and help to help him to adjust and actually find himself again. Actually, I'm suddenly feeling I want to talk very intelligently, right? And it's like those moments where he used to have moments of quite different personality, where he's almost like a full adult, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's just bringing that through to me now and say that's what I'm coming to now. And I feel your dad's been helping him a lot there on the spirit side too. So let me send the love to you.
Thank
and
you.
know that they're there with you, for you. I'm going to let the others have a shot now, because sorry, I've kind of cleared it all out, haven't I?
I was going to say exactly what he said.
Sorry, you see, I dominated it
No,
too much
no, it's
there.
really
Sorry.
helpful for
But you know what it's like, you get in the flow and you have to go with it.
But it's really, really good, because I don't know about you, Phil, but it's quite reassuring if Craig says something
Yeah.
that, if, I I
You're
was
getting
on the
a-
right
you're
track,
getting
gives
on.
you a bit
I could
more
sense you
confidence.
linking in with me, actually. I was pulling
Yeah.
your
I
energy.
actually felt there's a lot of male energy.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of men. So much so I said, where are the women? And the men are just like, and there were. And one of the male energies I think I may have picked up on, maybe in between. I don't know. If I just kind of go for what I kind of get. So I kind of got a man that come in, and interesting about the ears, because earlier I ended up poking my ear because he was saying about ear problems, but he was also saying that I think he was quite deaf. So I feel like I've got an elderly gentleman. And he was showing me that he had a pipe, he smoked a pipe. He was a really, really comedic, funny person. In fact, when you touched upon two sides, he was like, I'm definitely not the other. He's so funny, so relaxed, so loving, so kind towards children. I want to say, so it was really, I feel quite sharp-tongued to people that if he didn't agree or didn't think, but he kind of protected children, which sounds really, I don't know how to say that. He mentioned Bing Crosby and Frank Sinatra, and I don't know whether he just loves their songs or I Did It My Way comes to mind. I think he said he was talking about a church as well, and I don't know if there's a church that he got christened in, he got married in, and he got buried in, but there's a really kind of close-knit community that he was really proud of.
You're not sure?
So I'm just trying to...
I just want to say, did you bury this person?
Possibly.
He says, she buried me.
I got the name Bill. There was Bill coming through. Yeah, smoking pipe. Oh, the dogs. There's two dogs as well. I'm sure there's two. So I almost want to say he's part of the family, but he's not biologically the family as well. I almost get that feeling. I don't know. It's almost a real family presence, but almost I don't know if it's kind of like an adopted family. But yeah, he smoked part of it. He had a big nose, and he'd come out and he would just treat everyone really nicely. And I feel like he's just coming through to share the love, and he's definitely part of this group. I'm really sure, because he's.
Because I got that deafness business too, and it feels right to me too. I'm just seeing pianos being played. Did he play? Do you know someone that played the piano?
The only person that I can think that links with everything Christine has said is my dad's dad. I know he played a piano.
I did get Grandad link, I remember. Sorry, I'm not just saying that.
No,
I felt
It's
it
all right,
was
you
in
wouldn't.
between when you said great granddad and dad. I felt this energy was right
That's
in the
what
middle
that's what I
of
think.
them both.
That's where you are. Does that connect?
Yes.
And he played the piano.
Yes.
Right. And he was a bit of a laugh sometimes
Yeah.
too. Right. And he had very polished, shiny boots with him too. I want to say.
Oh, without a
Right.
doubt.
And he would do things like muck people around. I don't know if someone wore a wig and he used to knock the wig off. And we used to
I
joke
don't
about
know
that.
that.
That's the sort of humour he
You're
got,
letting
though,
his
isn't it?
secrets out
Yeah.
now.
I was trying to figure out. I was seeing something, right, and couldn't figure out what it was like. And it started from down here, and it went like separate things going up and up, and it had like black knobs on it. And I was seeing them down here. I was trying to figure out what's that, and when you said piano, I
Yeah.
thought yeah, and then I saw those black knobs that was on top of it over here, and it seemed like there's been a lot of. I got the idea that, you know, like when Craig was talking, I was down here somewhere on these things, and there was lots of various issues going on, lots and lots of issues. Am I anywhere near anything been going on? And is there something you've been looking for? Something missing, or one of your friends? And
Are you on about something going on in my life at the moment?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
been,
because Craig touched on it about with my uncle, the complications and the background from when he passed.
yeah.
Is that a missing will?
No.
Something missing he's talking
I-
about. It's
I-
that sort of thing, though, isn't it?
Yes,
That's the feel
yes.
with it.
Yeah,
There's
I
something
saw a red box, right? And is it some? I shouldn't ask questions. I saw a red box, and there was something that was missing that was in the red box. And then I went over into something completely different. I don't know what this got to do with, but I had the idea of a name Sarah, a friend maybe, somebody that you share. You're interested in psychic stuff, right? And I saw a bowl, a glass bowl. Does that mean anything to you? Or was it just a symbol? Like, I get the idea. So perhaps it means that I was picking up maybe something about your future, and like what Craig did ask you. So maybe I got off on now, and like, you know, about sitting in the circle with us.
But there's something missing,
And,
isn't there? I think that's where they're trying to take us to. Because
Yeah.
it's something to do with
Henry?
property.
Not really.
Because I
It's,
felt as if it's like an asset or a property of something that.
I've got a battle. The only way I can say it is without giving out too much is I've got a battle going on
It's the will.
since my uncle died.
Okay.
Is it the will? I'm guessing now, mind you.
Yeah,
know,
our minds are
there's
getting
something
tucked.
missing.
Do I say
Our
what it
minds are
is?
yeah, you
or-
better, I think, because
Oh, okay.
our minds are filling it in, and we're going
Okay.
to break the link with the spirit.
Okay, it's since he's passed, there's been, since April when he was terminal, there's been a big ongoing problem with life insurance.
Oh, okay.
Huge battle.
Okay,
and
it's
argument.
paperwork though, so it's
Yes.
kind of like an inherit. There is money involved in it, then obviously, because I
Yeah.
felt there was something like a.
That's right.
I thought it might be a property or something like that. So okay, shall we see if we can pick up on that? There was also Christine was saying about the animals or something. I keep getting lots of animals.
Yeah,
So you
I've
were
got a
talking
couple of dogs.
or more.
Yeah.
I keep getting dogs every time.
Yeah,
I sit.
when we do this,
And
we all start to link in, and you'll probably start linking in with us
Yeah.
as well,
And
actually.
I turn away from it because I think, oh, not dogs again, please. And
We've had
so-
lots of dogs.
Yeah, because the spirit will move between one to another of us. But I mean, I feel dogs, and I also feel as if there was a horse too. I want to say too.
Oh.
And I want to go on the line that Christine was talking about with with the grandfather link that she's connected with there. I feel I don't know if there was a country feel around him.
I don't, not that I know of.
Okay.
So we're going back before I was born.
Oh, are we? So you won't remember that. So
No.
we're probably going too far back. On your family tree, though, on that side, can I say, has there been Irish in your family? Because I've sort of, someone's given me, there was Irish in the family tree.
Very much.
Yeah. So
Oh,
I'm seeing a
no.
strong Irish connection
Irish.
around you. Yeah. You're Welsh. We're going to have some trouble here. No fights.
Have you received a gift of flowers recently, or bought yourself flowers?
Not recently, no.
Oh, well, it's only because there was I don't know if your granddad's then given you flowers, because it's getting that, but I don't know, he almost cheekily was showing me, I wonder if it's you've got to buy your own because he can actually buy them. So I think he's almost showing that you bought them, but you went there from him. So maybe he's saying buy some flowers,
I shall.
and they're from him. And I feel like that is very much his cheeky humour.
You've been progressing. There's something you've had an issue, and this is. I keep coming back to this shape because it wasn't just a piano. It was also I get symbols, and I have to try to work out what they mean. And it's like though there's something that you didn't know how to deal with, and you've been slowly coming
Yes.
out of it.
Yeah.
And so
We're nearly at the end now.
right. Yeah.
Like
Good.
imminently.
And each step
If you
along
say
the
that,
way
I get a
you've
good
learned-
feeling. I think things will work.
Yeah, but
I
each,
suddenly got a good feeling when you said that. So I think they've impressed me with it. So tell her it's all right. I just feel I want to say that. Long haul.
love me do. Yeah, sorry. I'm getting taken over by spirit now.
That's what he says.
But,
Whack him round the head.
I had, man, hey, let's feel it slightly by, like you was talking about chakras earlier, you know. Yeah, but you feel there's been a change, like feeling something special you've been feeling. You've been able to let go of something black maybe, and you feel nice now. And there's love. You've actually started manifested in that zone now, so it's much better for you. So that's something that I feel. That was good. Thank you very much.
That's
for giving me
good.
that.
I think you're
Okay.
good.
Is there someone, you, I don't know if it's you or one of the males in spirit, who are really interested in astrology, and I'm being shown almost a telescope and like almost like maps and stories about the stars.
I've got books on everything. I love books.
But there's a specific interest in stars?
Yeah, you love the books. I think I'd just like to do something new now because we got people watching us now. So great, brilliant. I mean, I think that was a good start, wasn't it? I think we got. You're happy with what we connected
very
with?
much.
You feel we've been
Amazing.
connected with? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
You're coming with us next time.
Yeah,
And the things we're saying, we couldn't have looked up. That's
No,
the
not
important
that
thing.
stuff. That's my
it's
family
important
tree
because
stuff.
we know your name. We
Yeah.
could have looked you all up and things, but Facebooks and people do. So that all that stuff that we couldn't possibly know.
No way.
But we were thinking also, because we've got people watching us, that we're going to give some messages, and because now now we know we're connected to the spirit, we're just going to make a few quick messages to people that are watching here. So let's see if we can pick up on some. Who wants to go first? Should I go first? I'll go first and see what happens. So this is for somebody watching. Now, you may be online now. We're not connected to the. We're going to put the laptop on the table afterwards, and you can ask us questions if it's come to you. I'm just going to give a description of somebody that's coming to me now as I talk, and it may be for someone on live with us now, but it's probably more likely to be someone watching later. But let me just see what I've got here. Right. I've got a connection. I want to go to America. And I've got somebody that had spent a lot of time, I feel, in a naval connection, because I'm seeing Navy. I'm seeing American Navy with this. And this is somebody who goes back a generation. So I think this is linked with somebody's father or grandfather, because I feel as if they saw some combat in their life. Not full on, I don't think I'm in the Second World War here, but I've got something where there's combat in their life. I want to, this person was healthy because in their youth, because I feel that they were a good strong build. Obviously they were in the services there. But in later life, I feel that they then retired and they brought up and were using horses, okay? They were using horses for this. So there's something also here about that they had a ranch or they were working with horses. And Joseph is a name that comes to me. And I feel, as I say that name, I'm also feeling something about a religious side to them. So there was a very religious side to this man as well. And he says to the person that's watching that the room you're in at the moment has, like we've got red around us. I feel there's very strong red dominant colour around the person that's watching us at the moment. You could be like me wearing red, or red is in front of you as I'm talking to you. And similarly, I feel I want to say the number 536. I don't know if this is significant to the person, because it's either something to do with a number that's around you as you're sat, or it's a number that is connected with something significant in your life, a number of an apartment perhaps, or something at this present point on your desk. Maybe there's a book or something with that number on it, but that is what I feel. So somebody's going to pick that message up, and if it is for you, please put it in the comments below so others can see it's for you. Okay, that's mine. That's what I'm feeling.
Okay, I struggle to shake off all the male energy from before because they're really present. So I've had to say politely, can they just? I was trying to find a different energy to connect with, and I was being shown a really antique tea set that I feel that somebody has got. This person that I'm connecting with, I feel it's a lady in spirit. Somebody's got her antique tea set, but then it's just showing me some other. I thought she was showing me a bell, as if there was a bell that would be rung as well. Just a little. It's a collection of antiques and ornaments. And when I'm trying to say where does this belong, and she's just saying with Rose, and I don't know if it's roses on the tea set or Rose is the name or is the smell of rose. But I'm getting this character with her of I feel like she died well into her 80s, and she was quite a curvaceous, hearty mum and grandmum, and she would have a pinny, and I don't know if this still got the pinny. Actually, I think there's a lot of her possessions. I don't know if somebody's actually living in her home still, whether the home wasn't sold and they're living in the home, but I feel there's definitely this big connection within the home, and there's this tea set, this bell, her cooking pinny. She's showing me that she would cook with her daughter. She's saying primarily she would cook with her daughter when they were younger, and they would bake frequently. And she's just coming through with a lot of love, and I'm sure she's showing me her daughter now. She's got long brown hair, or she definitely had long brown hair when she was little, and I don't know if she's an only child, because I'm only seeing her, and there's this very really really close bond between them. I don't know if she's saying the dad worked away, so she's saying the dad was away a lot, so it was primarily just them. And I feel like the daughter may live still in that same home, or she has a lot of the possessions, and she's coming through with, again, lots of flowers, butterflies. Again, there's strong connections with the garden. There would be a lot of time spent in the garden in the summer. And she's showing me, I don't know if there's old video footage, because you know when you would look at the video footage without the sound, before we had the sounds put on, so you'd kind of plug it in, and she's showing me there's video footage. There's a lot of memorabilia. It's almost, yeah. And she's coming through with love and lots of fond memories. And if I try and place where it is, I don't know if I can. Yes, that's
okay.
Oh,
that's good.
what I've got.
Yeah, that's fine. So so this will be. It's not for you, Joe, was it?
No.
Just in
That's
case, because
okay.
sometimes it can pick up for us around the table. But again, if it makes sense to you, please put a comment and tell us if it's for you, because it's, again, confirmation is good, just for you, but also it gives proof that this can be done in this unusual way that we're doing it here today, and it does work. If you look back at some of the other videos we've made in the past. Phill, do you like to do a
Deborah. She keeps coming up.
Yeah,
Everybody
fine.
together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, like I'm getting this song like Deborah, and then I'm seeing a picture like you guys saw. You saw the farm, and you saw something outside as well. And I saw an oak tree, a big oak tree at the front with this wall and entrance into some place. And there's I saw something involved, like a person here and something down here that didn't look very nice, and it was like witchcraft. And so I think that somebody, I felt like it was possibly like somebody maybe getting involved in something. And do they grow oak trees in America? I don't know. Do you know?
Yeah, they'd have oaks
They
in
do?
America, sure.
Yeah, I don't know where this place was. He didn't give me. oh yeah, hang on, I had Deborah, and then I asked for a second name, and Goodills, it might be a name of a place, or it might be her name, or whatever, and somebody is really scared to death of what they got themselves involved in, and actually it kind of reminded me of what you was getting involved in, but something changed in you. But this person going the same way, but getting involved in other stuff that I think's a bit heavy. It's easy to read symbols when I started getting them out more clearly, and so I think that if you're scared of it, my advice would be, whoever this person is, I say Deborah, if you're scared of it, then you shouldn't get involved in it, because your fear will project itself into what you're doing. Therefore, keep away, because you emanate what you believe, even if it's a non-belief, if you know what I mean. Like if I say, oh no, I don't believe that because it's negative, and you're making it real. So that's all I got to say anyway.
Okay. Well, thanks. And again, if it's for you, please put it in the comments, because we'd like to reach out to those that are watching as well. Once we're connected with the spirit, once we're able to connect with our guests, we can always then move on and tell you some more things. And anything we've got very personal, we can say afterwards for you. If any other parts of the message, we might tell you a few things after we've gone off air.
That's okay.
But I'm going to have a look now and see what people are saying online, and see if we can now just connect with you. Bear with me. So we couldn't have this on, really. I've forgotten where the on-off switch is. New laptop. Thank you to those patrons that helped with this. We could do a bit of psychometry while we're waiting.
Rubbishy computer, isn't it?
You may get the bits out.
Yeah, you get the bits out for psychometry. We can do that, and meanwhile I'm just going to connect online to see how we're getting on that.
Okay, £5 each.
Right, who wants to do the first psychometry? I can't do it because I'm trying to get online.
I find it really difficult now, purely because we've connected so much. You almost want to not connect. So I'd really like...
They're all the same persons.
Are they?
All of them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we could connect at the same time. So it doesn't really matter which one you take, 'cause it's the same energy.
Yep.
This one might have a double energy. One alive, one past.
Well, it's obviously female, which is unfortunate because I can read the female stuff,
You
isn't
would
it?
say that's female stuff. I'd
What?
say that's male stuff.
Is it?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, right,
No, read the energy on the
That's why you
object.
really are supposed to go,
Rule number
no.
one.
It's you, that is.
I'm like going, it's male.
Oh,
Anyway.
now we're going to get... Hang on, just a minute.
Cheating already.
Got to add some headphones, otherwise it echoes. Sorry about this, folks, but we couldn't have this on at the earliest. Whoops.
I'm picking up a love of music again. And it's really funny. And now I'm getting Barry Manilow with Coco Cabana, which is hilarious. Again, I feel there is that jovial, again, a love of music, a love of just a real pull to kind of good energy.
This is the person you're closest to. It's not your mother, is it?
You missed the clue. Not
It's a male.
female energy. Yeah.
I know it. I'm so stupid, aren't I?
we definitely work on intuition, so you don't pick up the clues around us.
Hopefully that's broken this echo now. Sorry about that, folks.
I'm getting a Rubik's Cube. I don't know if that's relevant.
No, I don't know.
I can see, and again, all sorts of quizzes, and I feel like some person was actually really intelligent, And I feel like they were able to take on mental tasks.
Quizzes, most definitely.
Yeah. Oh, good. So, right, okay, I'm in the right place. Actually, I know. Oh, sorry, were you going to go?
Yeah. I saw someone with hair that's like quite thick and like mousy brown or light coloured hair, not blonde but close to brown. Is there something like? Do you know somebody like that with hair that sticks out a bit like the 70s hair? You know, how we used to wear it in the 70s when I had hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything to do with that? Has to do with this, yeah?
Yeah.
Are they all the same person? See?
Yes, but that one has been with someone else that's alive.
Can I try one?
I feel like
Which
this is
one would you
definitely a
like?
thinker.
I'll have the watch.
I feel like they would hold. I don't know if they had a beard, but I'm kind of inclined to do this. I feel like they've done that a lot.
Definitely.
Can I try?
Mm-hmm.
First impression. Strong person. Very determined. Only ever very stubborn. Will always have an opinion about everything under the sun. And they can't be budged at all.
No.
I feel they punch your lights out if you disagree with them. And it's a very strong personality. Bit opinionated, I've got to say. Politically opinionated as well, I've got to say. And you know, I don't know what whether they're left or right, but either they never budge. And worked very, very hard in their life as well. I feel a person that has really struggled up and pulled themselves up through life, through thick and thin, and has become, because of that, very loyal to the people that are their friends, but as a person that will really shut the door on anybody that ever does them a wrong. Woe betide anybody that does this person a wrong, but they will always support the person that's always will stick with them. They didn't want to die, I feel, so I'm on the spirit side with this person, because I feel this person has a fear of death. I'm picking from the object, not from the spirit at this point. But I feel I didn't want to die because I feel like I've got a fear of death in life, and was very closed mind in many respects to that type of thing. Would have been quite anti-religion, I want to say.
Yeah.
Had a tough childhood too. Was brought up with the back of the hand, I want to say, and went to a tough and rough school with this person too. I feel. I feel my shoulder being pulled out. I don't know if I've had my shoulder pulled out or something broken on my round here, and my chest broken, bones broken. I feel quite a lot of broken bones through their life, and but they kept on. They kept on. They kept on. They used to always like to do a deal as well, because I feel that I'm doing deals. I'm a bit of an Arthur Daly. I'm sort of selling this and got this. I got this for sale. Want to do a deal. Better. I would say with this person, better a dishonest sixpence than an honest pound.
Yeah.
Right? They like the deal. They just like the act of doing the deal. I don't know if they did painting and decorating at some point too, because I'm getting a sort of like a physical painting and decorating work, and possibly done roofing work as well and things like that. But I've done those practical sort of things, and even they're not from fairgrounds and things, but they loved all that sort of gypsy world. You know, they loved all that type of thing in their life. You know, I like the gypsies. I like the way they did bare knuckle fighting. That's all right. I'd watch it.
Boxing.
You saw boxing, bare knuckle fighting, dog fights, that type of thing. All sorts of things that would be very wrong.
Yeah.
But I just feel that they're a good laugh. As a bloke's bloke, this is a bloke's bloke, and he liked the women when he was young too. I mean, too many women when he was young. I'm so sorry.
He wishes.
Yeah. He liked the drink, like the rest, like the fights, like the pubs, like the gypsy ways. Nick stuff. I'm afraid I'm getting all sorts of bent deals left, right, and centre.
He had to.
Stolen cars. I've got all
not cars.
I've got all sorts of stuff. Right? Call the police.
That bank robbery.
Bank robbery. Yeah.
But there's all that, and he loved that type of thing in movies, wouldn't he? Because he loved action movies and things like that.
Yeah.
And
you've got him to an absolute
I don't know. I also get something about funny stories about falling off bikes and things like that, and motorbikes and that.
He did
type of
come
thing.
off his motorbike.
Yeah, because I've fallen off my motorbike. I think I'm on the spirit link with him now, because this person's on the spirit side, aren't they?
Yeah.
And I'm waving a flag I don't know whether they're very patriotic as well, because I get, despite all this, they're very British. I want to say. British to the core, and love the Queen. She's over here now, sort of thing. You know, I've got. He said the pageant continued on the next world. You know, and he says, "I love you, girl." Did that? What did he say to you? Love you, girl. Did he say to you?
Yeah.
I love you, girl, and winks when he speaks. It's not coming from the Rick watch now. It's coming from him, and bang on the table like that. Where's my tea?
Yeah.
Where's he's a real Afghani when it comes to things like that.
Yeah.
And he has a habit of rubbing his hands like this when he's talking, and he gets excited when there's money involved, right? And he liked pancakes too, I've got to say, because I'm flipping pancakes. I don't know why I've got Pancake Day. I don't know if he died near Pancake Day, did he? Or Easter? I'm getting something like
April 25th.
Kind of close-ish, right?
Month-out.
Me and Jane got married on April Fool's Day. and always with his hands, like things like this as well.
Like this.
And he liked the gypsies, he said, because I'll read your palm. They've got that sort of thing again with him here. And Rever the motorbike, and he's fixing them in the garage. I've got 3 motorbikes in a garage at the same time. I can see that.
He did have a bike,
Yeah.
one at a time though.
Okay, but I had 3 then. I had
Yeah.
I had the 3 motorbikes.
Yeah.
Never had the Harley Davidson, but I just talk about it quite a lot. Right, I had a Norton, I think he's saying to me here. Norton bike.
I don't know what he had.
Okay. And anyway, he's over there on the Spirit side, and he said, I can get a few good deals over here, you know. I've got a good deal for you. And he says, you keep sending them over. You're sending them over, hundreds of them. So I can't remember what you do. You do
I'm a funeral celebrant.
You're a celebrant.
I'm a celebrant.
I wasn't sure if I knew that in the back of my mind or not. I think I must have known that in my mind. I must have known that in my mind, to be honest. Must have known it. Can't remember. But he's saying, send them over. I'll fleece them as they come over. Because that's his way.
Yeah.
It's just a laugh. You know.
It is.
You don't
it
mean
is.
it. You don't mean it.
It is.
You don't mean it.
laugh.
But that's our way he would talk when he's here.
I've been told by Spirit before that he said, "Can you stop sending so many over?"
Oh right, okay.
Because they're thanking him.
Oh, so that makes sense to you. That's a personal message to you. Okay. Did he lose his teeth too?
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah. Let's not talk about teeth.
Yeah. And I had the wrong person's teeth. He seems to say to me, because I feel like they're uncomfortable. So I don't know if I got.
They were uncomfortable.
I've given the wrong person's teeth.
He's always saying that.
And I was buried without my teeth. Do you know if that happened?
Probably, yeah.
I was buried without my teeth, but they pushed some stuff in my mouth to make it look like my mouth was full.
I can't remember what happened with his teeth.
Something happened on the day when he died with the teeth. Something went desperately wrong. Says, so can you send them over, please? Cremate them or something.
Might have kept them, I'm not sure.
There's something went wrong with the teeth. Someone's probably still got them, like you say. It'll be a funny little story if you find that out. Obviously knows where
Probably, no.
But anyway, he brings a lot of love. And he's with us all, because he's connected. What you're saying, he's saying you're right with what you're saying. All of us, he's saying it all connects there. And why do I say Jack and Jill went up the hill?
I don't know.
Did he like kids' books or something? Jack or Jill mean anything to you? What's a Jack and Jill? Is it a phrase of some sort?
No,
What's a
I
Jack
don't
and Jill?
know if it's a Cockney rhyming slang or anything.
Did he have Cockney things then?
No.
I just feel that sort of phrases I would have wanted to say. It would have felt right to me. Anyway, take his love. You know he's there. Be happy, he says to me, and that's my book, but he's doing an advert for me. He's doing an advert for me.
Good man.
Okay, we're running out of time. Let's get some questions. Can we see some of the comments now, Bianca, in the control room there for people? Let's see what's. I'll read them out to you guys and see what people have been saying. And get you. Loving the family stories, sounds like lovely people. Rachel's saying, sounds like a fascinating gentleman in your family.
Oh, thank you.
Another one saying, sounds like quite a character. Love it.
Absolutely was a character.
Really good so far, so fascinating. He was saying again there. We haven't got a huge number of people on today because we've done this on a limited channel at the moment, but we'll put it on the main channel later. And so if there's anybody had any of their messages that we were saying, can take what we were saying. What an amazing reading, so nicely explained. I don't know which one. That's amazing, says Caroline. So people have been enjoying it. So if you enjoy this, give it a thumbs up, won't you guys? And don't forget to follow our channels. We're on 2 channels with this. This has been going out mainly to the patrons today. I thought Morris Minor, just before you said it, says, Jesus. He said. So you see, when you're watching
Jesus.
it, you're going to get linked into the energy with us. This is so wonderful to watch. I hope you get an amazing reading, Joe. That's nice, isn't it? So there's some nice thoughts there and feelings people projecting to you. So don't forget, if you've been watching this and you've been enjoying this, now it's going out at the moment live, but I expect most of you will watch this on the main channel after it's gone out live. Do follow the channel first and foremost, but don't forget, if you become a patron, you can join in and watch live. Sometimes I'm sending it out also at the moment through Facebook as well, but it will just be for just patrons in due course, and then you'll be able to see an abridged version later on the main site. So that was good.
Yeah.
I was really pleased with it. So, Joe, what do you think? Tell us a few things about it.
Okay, so when you held the watch and described my dad, it was just unbelievable, because my dad and I are very, very, very similar characters. Very similar. And everything you said about him was 1,000,000% him. The shutting down, the narrow-mindedness, the if you're a friend, you're a friend, if you're not. When you said about the gypsies, our neighbours growing up are gypsies across the road.
Oh.
And they used to have the horses outside. Dad loved Sonny and Tracy so much. He would always be over there talking to them, laughing with them, and loved them. And when he became ill, they looked out for him. And it was such a lovely friendship. And they still think, nice. And we talk about him still, which is really lovely. And Christine, when you said about the messages for other people, you said about the tea set. So I actually live in my nan's house, which I moved into a year ago, and I have her tea set in a suitcase and her other antiques and a big garden.
Are you her only granddaughter?
No.
Oh.
No, there's a few. I'll say a few. I think there's 5 girls, 5 granddaughters, and 3 grandsons, 2 or 3. Excuse me. Everything you said about that was spookily, like, kind of.
Oh, so even when we're trying to give it away to other people, you're drawing over.
Yeah, it's all me.
Well, that's
all
what
me.
happened in a circle.
But she wasn't curvaceous. That was the only thing. That's why I thought, oh, maybe it's for someone else. But she did a lot of baking. I've still got her things that she made the cooking in. And she taught us a lot of cooking that we still talk about today.
Fabulous. So everything was good all round?
Fantastic.
Great.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. It's nice to get some feedback afterwards. So we're going to be saying bye soon, because our time, I think, is nearly up. It is, indeed. We do an hour. So I'd like to say thank you for Joe for joining us here tonight. Thank you for Phill and Christine here, long-time friends and circle sitters with me. Don't forget to follow the Séance Room too, because the Séance Room stories are going to get more and more interesting. And those of you that are based near Winchester can come in as a guest if you get in touch with me through my website at psychics.co.uk. So we're going to say goodbye. So let's all say goodbye to you now. Thank you for joining us. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye for now.